I desperately want Rockstar to make a medieval game. I really want to see what Rockstar can do in a medieval setting. There's been a lot of chatter online, I have talked about it for the last 2 years also, of a medieval project that Rockstar Games could be developing behind the scenes. So for years, a persistent rumor has circulated through gaming communities that Rockstar Games is secretly developing a medieval open world game. Forums light up with speculation, YouTube videos dissect every supposed clue, and fans dream of exploring castles and kingdoms with the studio's signature attention to detail. But here's what we actually know and what we don't about this rumor. So let's start from the beginning. The entire Project Medieval rumor traces back to a single source in 2019, a LinkedIn profile belonging to Powers Saxena, an artist at Rockstar India. His job description included one intriguing line: creating modular environment pieces with organic finish carefully following medieval architecture style. That's it. That single sentence sparked years of speculation. The line was later removed from the profile, but the internet has already screenshotted it, and that rumor took a life of its own. Now, shortly after the LinkedIn discovery, a Reddit user claimed to have insider information. According to this anonymous post from 2019, their source, who had supposedly been accurate about GTA Online DLC and Red Dead Redemption 2 story details, said that Rockstar was developing an open world medieval game. It featured sword fighting and dueling mechanics. It was targeted at a Q1 2021 release, and an announcement was not that long away. The post concluded with the classic "sounds crazy and you have no reason to believe me, but as I said, they have been very reliable before." None of this came true. Not the 2021 release, of course, not the announcement, nothing, no teasers, nothing. We're now in 2025 and there's been zero official word from Rockstar about any medieval project. And then in October 2023, Take-Two Interactive's, Rockstar's parent company, filed a trademark for Project Ethos, which reignited speculation. Some assume this must be the medieval game, but the reality is that Project Ethos belongs to the 31st Union, a completely different Take-Two studio, not Rockstar Games. This trademark has nothing to do with Rockstar's development slate. But what about those new IPs? Well, in December 2023, another rumor surfaced claiming Rockstar had been working on a brand new IP since Red Dead Redemption 2's 2018 release. According to someone allegedly leaking GTA 5 source code, Rockstar was developing a new IP with a hugely popular third-party developer. Two new IPs were in development: a resurrected agent project and something with a medieval fantasy setting. The medieval game could rival Elder Scrolls and Elden Ring with melee weapons and sorcery. The claim came from an anonymous leaker with no verifiable credentials. The source also predicted GTA 6 would probably mark the death of the series due to millennial cringe, a claim that immediately undermines the credibility given GTA 6's record-breaking anticipation. So could this all maybe be hidden in GTA 6? While some fans theorize Project Medieval isn't a standalone game but rather a mission or movie set inside GTA 6. The logic goes, Rockstar loves meta references and in-game entertainment. GTA 5 had entire playable games within the video game itself, so what if you play through a Vinewood medieval film production as part of GTA 6's story? This is creative speculation, but it's still just speculation. It would explain the medieval assets without requiring a full game, but there's no evidence this is actually happening. I could also coming across some like nerds in the park where they are live action role playing. We kind of see them in medieval gear, built kind of some medieval sets. Maybe we can come across them like as a dynamic event or something, but we can also see some type of pattern with Rockstar's project. And to understand why these rumors persist, you need to understand Rockstar's history. Let's look at the projects that were announced but never released. First was Agent, a Cold War spy thriller announced for PS3 in 2007, which never released. And then Bully 2, which reportedly started and cancelled multiple times. And looking at some projects that were delayed or shelved, we have Red Dead Redemption next gen versions eventually released years later, GTA 4 remaster which still hasn't happened, and a Red Dead Redemption 1 remaster which finally released in 2023. Rockstar constantly experiments with prototypes, many never see release. This doesn't mean every LinkedIn mention or anonymous Reddit post represents a real game in development. So what do we actually know? Well, what's confirmed is one artist worked on medieval assets in 2019, but the context for it is unknown. The artist previously worked for Druva Interactive before it became Rockstar Rockstar India, the medieval work could have been for Dhruva's other clients and not Rockstar. What's unconfirmed or perhaps false is that there is any game called Project Medieval, or the fact that Rockstar announced or officially acknowledged such a project. The 2019 Reddit leak was proven false by its own timeline. The 2023 source code leakers claim has no verification, and the fact that Project Ethos was being related to Rockstar when it's a project of the 31st Union team. Why do us fans want to believe it? Well, so the reason why this rumor refuses to die, and why I personally also am trying to refuse it to die, isn't really because of the evidence, it's just because the idea is so genuinely compelling. Imagine Red Dead Redemption 2's level of detail applied to a medieval Europe. Bustling market towns with blacksmiths, peasants and soldiers, castle sieges, horseback battles, political intrigue, and Rockstar's physics and combat system with swords instead of guns. Kingdom Come Deliverance and Deliverance 2 already prove there's an appetite for realistic medieval open world games. A Rockstar take on the genre would be absolutely insane and massive. That dream is powerful enough to keep the rumor alive despite the lack of supporting evidence. But the reality check is this: as of 2025, GTA 6 is Rockstar's confirmed next release and it's expected in 2026. GTA 6 will dominate Rockstar's focus for years through its online mode, and there is no credible evidence existing for a medieval game beyond one LinkedIn mention from 2019. And every leak so far predicting this game has been wrong. So if Rockstar were developing a full medieval open world game alongside GTA 6, we'd see multiple job listings mentioning the setting, more developer portfolios mentioned, industry insider reports from credible sources, some form of trademark or copyright filing specific to Rockstar, but we have none of that. So the bottom line is this: Project Medieval, as described in the rumors, does not appear to exist. But I do also feel, as much as I want a Red Dead Redemption 3, and I think a lot of us want Red Dead 3 to also go back to the peak of the Old West, I think it would be absolutely insane for Rockstar to go so further back into the medieval era and give that a try, as there are a lot of similarities between the Old West and medieval Europe in terms of that slow game pacing, realism, which we have seen in Red Dead. I'll still hope, I'll still pray for this game, and maybe, just maybe, that Rockstar does see this and sees the intrigue for it and says, you know what, let's make this project. And guys, I wanted to announce the Witch Hunt collection, which is going to be the first collection that will be available on the Balboa Club store when it launches. This specific collection is inspired by the Witcher series and the dark fantasy genre. This is a brand that I've really wanted to make for a long time. I didn't just want to make merch, but I wanted to make something special, something that mixes the really cool designs of the wrestling world with the things that we love the most, video games. And of course, the first design had to be inspired by my favorite game of all time, The Witcher 3. So this is something special that I've created for you. I want you to join the club, and I will announce when the store is about to launch through this channel. Now we're even going to TikTok and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, God bless, and join the Balboa Club today. Bye bye.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.